Her 9000's game room.
If I was to say Blizzard Entertainment to you as part of a phrase association exercise, then I expect most people would turn around and say Warcraft, or maybe Diablo. The company is older than that though. They originally concentrated primarily on the creation of ports on behalf of other studios before beginning development of their own software in 1993, with games like Rock'n'Roll Racing and The Lost Vikings. These are both games that at some point I will discuss. But right here now I am going to discuss the game Blackthorne, otherwise known as BlackHawk. It is a cinematic platformer video game developed by Blizzard Entertainment. It is often compared to titles such as Prince of Persia, Another World and Flashback, which I have already discussed. Blackthorne was released for the SNES and MS-DOS in 1994, with a version with enhanced graphics and a higher colour palette hitting the Sega 32X in 1995. I will obviously be talking about the SNES version, but the differences from version to version are pretty much not worth talking about. If you enjoy it on one platform, you would enjoy it on all. As a side note, I've often used Blackthorne in discussions as an argument for why the 32X simply was not worth its price tag. A 32X would cost you $169.99 in England on release, and as far as Blackthorne goes, all this would get you over the SNES version was pretty much a few extra on-screen colours, leading to a picture which, although slightly better, no one would realistically see any difference in unless you happen to place a SNES with a TV and a Mega Drive with a 32X, both running Blackthorne side by side. Okay, so now I'm done with a bit of the company history and cross-platform trivia. Let's get on to the game itself. Where Blackthorne steps away from similar games such as Prince of Persia, Another World and Flashback is that in Blackthorne, the main character is always armed. Straight away from the start you're armed and ready to kick ass. Pressing the B button will cause your character to draw his shotgun. From here you have two options. One is to simply press A. If you do this you will just shoot straight forward. However, if you tap the R button you can aim backwards over your shoulder and blow away anything behind you. It's very rare that a move looks and feels as simply stylish in a video game as this does. Every time you use this move you'll feel like you're a real bad son of a gun. In fact, you'll find yourself doing this for no good reason other than just enjoy seeing it. This isn't the only interesting little bit of innovation. If a bullet is heading your way or you just want to hide, you can press up on the D-pad and you sort of step back into the shadows to hide or avoid things. The enemies will hide as well though. This helps as it feels more like a real firefight as opposed to just a regular old game. The enemies are also armed to the teeth with machine guns and robotic spider mines, so you need to get the timing right so you can duck into the shadows, avoid their bullets and pop out and fire before they manage to hide themselves again. This game is not all combat based though. There's a fair share of simple puzzles, key collecting and platforming, and you have to make some Prince of Persia style chasm leaps. As far as the graphics go, they're very atmospheric. The game starts off with you in a mine and the place looks pretty depressing. It looks dark, it looks damp and uninviting. There are slaves who are wearing ragged clothing. It really sets the atmosphere well. The game has the sort of dark comic book feel to it. I don't think it's as visually impressive as some of the other games of its type. For example, I like the style of Another World much more, but what we have here fits the game. The sound is somewhat disappointing, the music is acceptable, but some of the sound effects will really get on your nerves after a while. In conclusion, I like this game, but I don't think it's flawless or anything. In fact, I think some of the similar games I've already reviewed are better, but I would still give it a good 7 out of 10. Now, should you buy it for the SNES? Well, to start with, I would tell you that in 2013 the game was added to Battle.net as a free download, which can be played on your PC emulated through DOSBox. Practically any PC you're going to have will be able to run this without using even an ounce of its power. You could either use this to play the game, or failing that, at least demo it to see if it's the kind of thing you'd enjoy getting a hold of for your Super Nintendo. If you feel the need to own the game, well, the cheapest PAL car I've seen for this online is 27 quid. Even looking at imports, this only seems to shave a few pounds off. I like the game, but considering some of the things you could get for your SNES for a lot less, I think your money could be spent better elsewhere. Okay, that's Kerr9000 signing off saying keep on gaming.